on the question of gender dynamics. It's all about culture, and for some of us that come from certain parts of the Arab world. And for me, there's a lot of things that people pinpoint about Islam that bothers them. And I don't know why it bothers you if you're not Muslim. It doesn't bother me. So I'll give you an example. People are always wondering, and they say, you know what, Linda, it really bothers me that when you go to the mosque, that you either don't pray in the same room as the men or you pray behind the men. Why are you so outraged about that? There's a reason, there's a logical reason why women pray behind men. In fact, it's actually to protect the women. It's actually, the reason why is for us to center and to respect the right of a woman to be able to pray in safety and not feel like she's being judged or being, treated in any other certain way. Why? Because in Islam, the way that we pray, for folks who have ever seen Muslim women pray, we prostrate, we bend. There's no reason for me to feel comfortable. No woman in this room would feel comfortable with rows and rows of men behind her, bending over and over during prayer. So the reason why I say that, it's really funny because I've had this conversation so often. And I said, as a Muslim woman, as a quote unquote feminist, I'm all right with that. I understand the logic behind it. And I'm able to go and pray in mosque in tranquility. I don't have to worry about anything that's happening around me. So that, for me, there's some men and women who, for example, don't shake hands. If a man prefers not to shake my hand, that's cool. That's okay. Some men do, and it's also to your point, doctor, that it's not monolithic in the way that we share in gender dynamics. I personally, for example, do shake hands with men. That's just how I culturally grew up in the family that I was from. But all I say to people is just don't be judgmental, right? Let people practice their religion in the way that they want to practice it. And if they're comfortable with that type of gender dynamic, we should be okay with that. Just like we should be okay and to consent whether a man touches us, Muslim or not. There are people who come up to you and want to hug you. Some people don't like hugging. Some people don't like people touching them. So Islam, we take the shortcut, right? By default, touching is not a thing that we do. So I personally, I'm not an Islamic scholar, but I have come to terms with the logic behind a lot of things that people criticize from the outside in the way that we interact in the Muslim community.